smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.
It changes slightly, but it's St Cuthbert's Way. So, way in the distance, Bangburg Castle. Coming back down, there is Holy Island. And so I've got to go across those sands. St Oswalds Way becomes St Cuthbert's Way. Good morning, day 5, St Oswald's Way. Ooh, lots have happened. So the first thing is, had a shorter day yesterday and got up fairly early this morning because you have to get to the crossing for Lindisfarne to tie in with the tides because it's an island that gets cut off. So that's all good. The weather's fantastic. I can see the walk across the sands from here, and all I've got to do now is get across the East Coast main line again and get to the start of the walk, and then over I go, and that'll be fantastic. Then after doing that walk, come back to the mainland and then up the coast to Berwick and then get my train home. But it's a good day today, so let's see where the rest of the day takes us. So coming down to the East Coast main line, and I have some interested sheep who are standing on top of dung. Okay. These are interested sheep. Morning. Nice simple walk this morning. Good morning, I'm at Fenman Hill. It's just one of me. Thank you. Bye. Cross immediately. Ooh, crossing the East Coast main line again. The path is well signposted for this little section, but actually, looking at the ground, a lot of people walk on it. Going between these huge concrete boulders, which I assume are sort of a remnant of the Second World War defences. And they believed that the Germans would effect a landing in this part of the country, but it then gets us to the road. We go on the road for a little bit, and then we have a route for walking low tide across the Lindisfarne. This is the road causeway to get across. We're at low tide, there's still standing water. So this is basically underwater when or certainly the bit ahead, when the tide comes in. This is the sign welcoming you. And if you look at the ground, there's seaweed. So here are the cars on the crossway, and then I just have to get across that little bit of water and then I can change my shoes and head off following those poles. We have some seals watching me. I brought these only for this crossing, carried them for 4 days. 2 seals just by the water. Here we go, walking across the sands at low tide, following all those poles. Lovely curlew, wide flats. And there's my target. Look down. It's wet. This is what we're following. And if you get caught out at the wrong time of tide, jump into one of these shelters and I assume somebody comes to get you. To this crossing, 9:30 in the morning. I've got Jill in front of me and a couple coming the other way. Coming up for 10 in the morning, I realise my shoe is broken, so I was wondering why my backside was getting wet. Last little bit, it's a little bit like terrifying compared to walking across the sand. That's the Priory, a small harbour, and out to the castle. The tide's already coming in. After the crossing, we've got a few sort of channels running through it. And now the walk across the road portion of the causeway, because the tide will be in before I attempt to do the sand going the other way. So, a long way around. So, I got a hitch on the 3rd vehicle, taking me all the way from Holy Island across the 3-mile causeway and dropped me off as to where I started, so that is brilliant. Walking on the edge of Lindisfarne National Park, all that light brown brick will be water in an hour or so, just got to get to this little village called Oswalds and see what's up from there. These lowland areas by the sea, big skies, flat land. part of cycle route 1. So I saw this guy going the other way. He lives around here. He's going back. You walk for 3 days. See absolutely nobody. No walkers, no cyclists. You get past Lindisfarne, cycle route number 1. And this is the 9th cyclist I've seen. Incredible. Compulsory cow. Another links golf course. And the golf club have taken down the signs of the path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to walk on a bit of the golf course to get back to the path. They're a bit cheeky. Back onto what I think is the path. Sand dunes of the golf course, far on the right, slowly finishing. Hopefully, we're getting closer. It's a very busy line. It's no wonder you have to get on the phone to ask to get across it. I'm on something called the 4th to Farn Way, on a concrete path inside the dunes. And hopefully Barrack is not more than 5 or 6 miles away. A tiny car park overrun. Here we have calves playing in the sand. Quite a busy, very small beach south of Barrack, actually. Very calm. Last bit of coastal walking just before you get to Berwick. There we go, day 5, almost the end of St Oswalds Way. I think I've been lucky with the weather. One rainy day, but the rest of it's all been fine. It's not the most well marked walk I've ever been on, and then when you get to the coast there are so many other paths that it runs concurrent with that you have an incredible number of signs. But yeah, 1 second. Getting towards the end. One thing that is quite funny is you follow the East Coast main line, which is very close to the coastline, which is probably why it's a really enjoyable ride. But there's got to be a train every 10 minutes. It's incredible, well used line. But that's the end, really, of St Oswald's Way. I just have to think of something else to do. Coming down to the promenade for Spittles, is it? Just before we get to Berwick. The beachfront. Very slow water skiing. Beautiful bridges going into Berwick. The old bridge is closed to foot traffic at the moment, but at least it means you can see it from a distance. It's very wide at the mouth of this river, and this bridge goes on forever. My final destination, Berwick upon Tweed railway station.
Smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.